Today we're looking at something that, on the surface, seems pretty simple. An awards show.
Right.
But the sources we have here on the Ethiopian TikTok Awards 2025, they suggest this was much more than just an evening of entertainment.
It was a moment, a real turning point for the country's digital culture.
Yeah, when you think of TikTok Awards, you probably picture, viral dances, maybe some comedy skits.
Sure, the usual stuff.
But what we're seeing here in Addis Ababa is something far more consequential. The whole structure of the event, and especially who won, it tells a story.
It's a story about a new generation of very sophisticated digital storytellers. And they're not just making content for fun, they're influencing, everything.
Commerce, education, even cultural preservation.
Exactly. So our mission today is to really unpack that. We're going to dive into the specific results, the commentary, and see how these awards confirm that Ethiopia's digital ecosystem is maturing at an incredible speed.
I think the biggest surprise for you, the listener, is going to be the sheer range of what was recognized. It's so much more than follower counts.
It's about real societal development.
Okay, let's jump right in then. The commercial side of things was, well, it was impossible to ignore, especially with the biggest winner of the night.
Oh, absolutely. If you're tracking the creator economy in Africa, you have to know this name.
Idunne.
Idunne. The sweep was, frankly, unprecedented. It says so much about the professionalization of the entire industry there.
Unprecedented is the right word. They took home 3 huge awards.
The trifecta.
TikTok Creator of the Year, Best Lifestyle Content, and the Gpower Special Challenge Award. So what does that signal? Winning 3 really distinct categories like that. It's got to be more than just being popular.
It's a complete shift. It's the difference between having a viral moment and managing an actual multi-platform brand.
How so?
Well, think about it. You're winning for overall influence.
Creator of the Year.
Right. Then for specific content quality.
Best lifestyle content.
And then for success in a corporate challenge. That Gpower Award is key. It proves you've mastered the entire life cycle of a digital brand.
So content creation, audience engagement, and that crucial piece.
Corporate integration. You can work with big brands effectively. That's the whole package.
Yeah, commercial viability piece. That's the real nugget here, isn't it?
Sure.
This isn't just someone getting small donation.
Yeah, no. This is someone building a sustainable enterprise, a real business.
And for that to even be possible, the ecosystem has to be pretty mature.
Precisely. You need 2 things in place. First, creators need reliable ways to get paid. Mobile money, clear digital contracts. That whole financial tech infrastructure has to be stable.
And second,
corporations, both local and international, have to trust the numbers. They need to be confident enough in the audience metrics to invest in these big, long-term partnerships.
So the story isn't just Idunne makes great videos.
Not at all.
It's that the Ethiopian market can actually support the agencies, the legal frameworks, the financial systems needed for a commercially successful career like this.
That's a robust ecosystem. It's the difference between a playground and a professional stadium. And Idunne is setting that professional benchmark.
That's the headline for sure. But what I found really fascinating, and the sources go into this, is that the awards didn't just focus on these commercial giants.
No, they were very deliberate.
The show was structured to recognize both the pioneers and, the total newcomers.
And that balancing act, it's arguably just as important as the big commercial wins.
Why do you say that?
It shows a kind of deep cultural confidence. They're basically saying, we embrace all this new innovation, but we're not going to throw away our foundations to do it.
Right. So we saw One Bama 19 win the Best Emerging TikToker Award, which is great. It shows that the old media gatekeeping is gone. New voices can find an audience and get recognized almost instantly.
The talent pipeline is wide open.
But then you put that right next to the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Given to Utina's.
Exactly. And that feels like a very deliberate cultural statement.
Yeah, it is. By honoring Utina's, they're integrating the work of veteran storytellers, the people who sort of established the first digital beachheads. They're weaving them into the platform's main story.
But why is that so important? On a platform like TikTok that's so fast, so ephemeral, does legacy even matter?
It matters immensely because
Yeah.
digital media can have a kind of historical amnesia. It's all about what's next, what's new.
Joe.
By recognizing Upinaz, the community is basically institutionalizing its own history. They're giving context to the younger creators. It's a message to someone like OneBall19 that says, you're building on something real, and what you create today will be tomorrow's legacy.
It makes the whole space feel more durable, more anchored.
It gives it roots, not just wings. That balance is a huge signpost of a stable, evolving environment.
Okay, let's pivot to what I think is the core insight from our sources. This is really the deep dive promise, I think.
Yeah.
How this platform is being used for serious societal good.
This is where it moves beyond just entertainment.
It's TikTok as a tool for actual development, not just diversion.
And the range of these niche awards, it shows a level of sophistication in how content is being consumed that, honestly, you rarely see celebrated anywhere else.
Let's start with the most surprising one for me. The STEM Award.
Teacher Donnie.
Teacher Donnie. So when we say digital media can democratize knowledge, what specific problem is he solving in the Ethiopian context?
He's solving a huge accessibility problem. I mean, Ethiopia, like a lot of developing nations, has infrastructure challenges.
Right, like school capacity, getting updated textbooks out to everyone.
Finding enough specialized teachers, especially in rural areas. What Teacher Donnie's content does is it bypasses all those physical limitations.
So his short videos on science and tech, they're not just like extra credit. For a student living far from a major city, this might be their best or even their only exposure to these complex ideas.
It could be their primary source of high-quality instruction. He is democratizing knowledge by making it not just available, but desirable, engaging.
That's the key difference.
Think about it. STEM education usually means dense textbooks, physical labs. He's breaking it down into these visually engaging short-form videos. It just lowers the barrier to entry for millions. It's a powerful model.
It's a complete game changer.
Yeah.
But the diversity didn't stop there. We have to talk about the Best TikTok Chef Award.
Caleb Daniel, who is known as Caleb and Gab.
And this wasn't your typical glossy global food blogger type of award.
Not at all. And what the sources really highlight is that he won for showcasing traditional Ethiopian cooking in rural settings.
That choice is so significant.
It is. It connects this hyper-modern global platform directly to these deep regional culinary traditions.
It's such a powerful juxtaposition. You're using this cutting-edge tech to document recipes and methods that might otherwise only be passed down orally.
You're essentially creating a public digital archive of Ethiopia's regional food culture. It's an act of cultural preservation, but it's tied to regional pride, and it's being consumed by the youngest generation.
So these traditions don't just get remembered, they get celebrated.
And shared globally. It's brilliant.
And then there's the last one in this category, Best Traveling Content,
Say Ethiopia.
with a very clear focus on domestic tourism, showcasing Ethiopia's own cultural richness to a wider audience.
Domestic tourism is so often undervalued, but it's a critical tool for economic diversification. And Say Ethiopia is using the power of visual media to get Ethiopians excited about exploring their own country.
And by using TikTok, with its massive youth audience, they're making domestic travel aspirational for the next generation.
It's a digital investment in their own national economy and in building a cohesive national identity around their shared culture.
So if you pull back and look at this whole segment, from lifestyle brands and comedy all the way to STEM, cultural cooking, and travel,
it shows the sheer maturity of the ecosystem. The creators being recognized here are serving literally every part of society: the classroom, the kitchen, the tourism sector. That's a level of breadth that many Western markets haven't even achieved.
And this is where we connect it all back to the real world, that online sophistication. How does it translate to physical influence? The sources painted a really vivid picture of the event in Addis Ababa.
That's the final proof of legitimacy, right? The blending of online influence with physical reality.
The red carpet was described as a high-fashion runway.
A showcase for a new digital elite. This wasn't just a casual meetup. It was a societal debut for people whose influence was, until then, mostly just measured in data.
It's the moment that these creators, who maybe only knew each other through comments and DMs, get to meet face-to-face as celebrated public figures.
And it confirms that Ethiopia's creator culture is a legitimate, recognized social and economic force. They're not just internet personalities anymore.
They're trendsetters.
In fact,